Hi everyone, this is Chelsea. I'm going to go through how to turn on the soundboard in the Pacific Room just so that you can be able to do that, and also how to control a wireless microphone in the Pacific Room so that it's quick and easy just in case I'm not around and somebody needs it pretty quickly. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to turn on the soundboard. Right now it's on, but the on-off switch is right here, right where my finger's at, right underneath the soundboard. So you're going to turn it on. It's going to take a little bit for it to get going and for lights to turn on, as well as lights on the back wall behind the soundboard to turn on. So in order to turn on the lights in the Pacific Room, a very easy setting for you to be able to do that is to use the sliders on the wall back behind the soundboard. So these ones right here. So if you use these are very easy, and then they give you basic lights in the room that you don't have to control with the light board. And so I would highly recommend that this is what is used because it's just the simplest way to be able to do that. And you can dim things down if you want to be able to do that. So up on the stage, there is a breaker panel that needs to be turned on as well. I can show you that a little bit later because I'm not 100% sure that I can get that on this video easily. So what you're going to want to do is that if you don't see a wireless microphone up on the podium, which is up in front of the stage, you're going to want to come back to the soundboard and come back to the drawer. So underneath everything, there's a drawer here that has a little key for it. And you pull it out, and here's where all the wireless microphones and other cords and gadgets and whatnot are at. So you're going to want to pull out a wireless microphone, and of course lock the drawer behind you. So the wireless microphone that I picked is wireless number 1, so hence the label on the bottom. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure that when you're looking at the soundboard that it is on input number 1 right there. You want to make sure that it's lit up. So when you're on this setting here, it will show you wireless number 1, so channel 19. So you're going to want to make sure that that one is on, so that it's lit. And then also the red slider next to it, hence the stereo slider, that's the master volume. You're going to want to make sure that that is on as well. Okay, so when I'm back here, then what you would do is you would flip this microphone on, and it'll go through its settings and whatnot, and then it'll also tell you how much battery is in there. So you're going to want to make sure that you talk into the microphone, and when you do, you'll see a green light come up. You can't hear the sound right now because the speakers aren't on, but at least you know the signal is going out from the soundboard. So I'm going to pause and see if I can make it up to the stage and show you how to turn on the speakers and have it connect to this video, but we'll see. Okay, so on the stage, there is a breaker panel on the side, I don't know, the left side. Let me go and show you. Pacific Room, it's on this side. So back over here, you're going to want to make sure that the breakers 8, 10, and 12, see these ones here, are in the on position. Currently they're off, so you're going to want to flip them on. That will turn all the speakers on. And so when you're going through doing the shutdown, so when you're turning everything off, you would flip these off first, and then you would go back to the soundboard and turn off the soundboard. That way you're never hearing like a pop go through the speakers, which has the potential of damaging them from the soundboard being turned off while the speakers are still on. So hopefully that is helpful. And let's go back to the soundboard and test the microphone just to make sure. Okay, so we are back at the soundboard. So we turned on the speakers, we turned on the soundboard, we have the lights on. So what we want to do is turn on the microphone. And then we're going to want to talk into it to make sure that it's loud enough for the space. Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2, 3. So it is. It's definitely loud enough for the space. We probably could turn it up a little bit more just because we know that the audience for this particular event that I'm actually turning this on for they might be a little bit challenged in terms of hearing. So it's always good to have it up a little bit more, and then we can always turn it down later if we need to. So on the screen for the soundboard, there is a channel 19. So it says channel 19 wireless 1. So if you double click, it will take you into the menu for the space. So you can see kind of different configurations and whatnot. The primary reason why I'm bringing this up is the setting for the wireless microphone. There has to be a specific setting or you have the potential of getting feedback. So right next to where it says A13, it says presenter stage. So you want to click on that. So what that means is that this is a preset that Cascade Sound did for us for the presenter being up on the stage with a wireless microphone. That actually isn't what's happening. They're going to be down on the floor. So what we want to do is we actually want to change it to make sure that we aren't going to get any feedback. Because when we have folks up on the stage, we have the speakers in between the stairs on. And so if those stay on, there's a good potential of feedback happening, and that's just not a good thing. So what we want to do is we want to change it to A11, so presenter floor wireless. So we want to select that, and then that's going to take us to where we need to go, and then you hit the home button. So when you go back to channel 19 and you double click on it, it'll show presenter floor wireless. So you should be good to go in terms of the settings that you need for that. In terms of hooking up the laptop, that's a little bit more complicated, but this at least gets you a basic microphone and the lights for the room. That's very easy. That's not using the light board. Okay, hopefully that's helpful. Bye.